So I'm going to talk about the planned shutdown versus unplanned shutdown. Okay. So hidup ni tak sentiasanya indah. Okay. Bila kita ada disturbance during the operation that we have to shut down the plant, this is what we call unplanned shutdown, because it's not in the calendar of the company to have shutdown at this date. Okay. If we have a planned shutdown at that date in the calendar, we have already rerouted most of our supply of crude oil. Kita dah plan dah, okay, kita takkan beli kat waktu ni dan kita dah supply enough to our customer. We have already have some reserve in cash, okay, for us to brave the turnaround or plan shutdown. We have already have the discussion take place prior to executing the shutdown. We have already have the material ready, resources ready, scaffolding ready. Okay, so kalau plan shutdown, penat memang penat, tapi everything is planned, so not much to worry about except for progress and safety. But if it is unplanned shutdown, if it is not in the calendar of the company, and then you execute it anyway, okay, that the decision would impact the business. And then any kind of decision that was made has to be made there and then. That's why you got to be technically strong, and you got to be convincing, and you got to be able to actually convey your point to people, for not actually to people, but actually to management, for them to make a well-informed decision. Okay. I have seen before that people memang tertidur waktu tengah buat kerja, because they are very exhausted, they are very tired. At that time we were on the cooling tower, almost nak sampai nak jatuh dah budak tu, but then I woke him up, and then I said, tak apalah, tak payah nak kerja lagi, you pergi je bawah, I will not penalize you. Okay. And dia takut lah at that time. And then we see a lot of heavy equipment swinging here and there. Okay. And then masa tu we have to understand, and we are also human, after a long time we work and we stretch ourselves out, we have to have a break. Okay. So even though you have to have like a presentation or update that you have to present to your management, you cannot always bother your contractor all the time. You have to let your peers, you have to let your partners get a good rest before performing their job even more. Because if you're not being a human, anytime they can jeopardize or sabotage your job. That is very uncalled for, and that is exactly not what you want. Okay. So yeah, it would be memang pressure bila duduk dalam meeting macam ni. Okay, semua orang tengok kat you, everybody has a interest masing-masing, to have things to save their own ass, whatever. But you have to be patient, you have to be composed all the time. Okay. So at the end of the day, you gotta be mindful of your the safety of your people, the safety of your team, the safety of yourself, and then at the same time you gotta know the things that you actually proposing, the things that you actually implementing is actually meeting the right specification. Even macam contoh, kalau bolt kalau salah pilih bolt, letak dekat tempat yang salah, bolt kecil je, bolt macam tu kan, it would have a very devastating punya effect. There are some of cases that I encounter, whereas because of they use a different specification of bolt, which is under spec, the clamp exploded, and then the bolt went through the guy's head. Memang pecah kepala, mati kat situ juga. So there are people yang have to carry the corpse down, and then sometimes macam a sling, ni sling ni kan, they use a non-rated one or non-inspected one. They have thousands of this. I can say almost impossible for you to inspect every single one of them. But then when accident would happen, it happened. one of the plates, it was like 1 or 2 tons plates, was suspended from the sling, and then the sling failed, and then the plate hit the guy in the shin, and then it was a miracle dia punya kaki tak putus, but it was a huge injury, I must say. Okay.